Hey, it's Chronologically Gaming, the only channel that's perpetually retro because we're playing every video game in order of release. A video game scope best described as insanity. Join me in November 1982. We were last on the Atari home computer checking out Arena 3000. Let's keep playing on this home computer. Our next game is the 400th video game we've played on the Atari home computer, 400 or 800. And for all the old schoolers, or the new schoolers, I should say, that are only familiar with the Atari home console, I'm talking about the computer, the Atari computer, the 8-bit computer. It's not all Atari. It didn't all come out on that 2600 console. This is Attack at EP-CYG-4. One of the most bizarre titles for any game we've seen thus far. Well, let's check out Attack at that title that I just said. Here's the box. This is only available for Atari home computers. It's available on disc, tape, or cartridge. So everyone place your bets on which version we're going to be playing tonight on the episode. This box is by Romox. This is the third game we've seen by Romox, and I actually can't tell what this is. Usually Romox has some character that's displayed on the screen, and actually that is the UFO that's right in the band of the front of the box. So they have something that's pixel artish in the box, but the actual picture itself, it looks sci-fi-ish, but it's so tiny. They're really not doing too much there. We flip it over the back, and it tells us all about how the game is played. It even tells us what to do with controls on the Atari home computer, which is kind of interesting. With bonus points, lots of information on the back of this box. That's not where it came out first, though. The very first time you ever saw this was here. There it is. This first was released by Mike Edwards, and it's by Bram Incorporated, or the company that he was a part of. All the information down at the bottom. This is the very first game we've seen by Mike Edwards, and you are in for a treat. This one actually looks even more like the game than the Romox box. So from my understanding, this came out first, and then the Romox one came out later. And so this is the first time we've seen anything by Bram as well. There's the cartridge. Awesome. The Romox version made it cartridge, and I think the Bram version has the disc and the cassette tape version. That's a fabrication of it anyway. And there's the ad you would have seen also with the back of that box, which is just story. But let's see how to play. Oh my gosh, it's a wall of text. Now, before I even get into the story itself, Romox, we've already seen two other games by them that were really, really good. They published Fortune Hunter, which was kind of like Venture, you know, the game with Winky. They also published Princess and Frog, which was kind of like Frogger. Both those games are really good. So this one is the third. I'm expecting something amazing. So I'm not going to read this verbatim. I'll give you a summary of what in the world this is. It's the year 2056. The world was startled by the first communication from intelligent beings on another planet. The beings, called the Alogians, hailed from Epsilon Cygnus 4, i.e. the title of this game. They brought news from their planet that makes the war bloodless. All battles will be fought by machines and limited to means of production. Unfortunately, these machines, tired of being destroyed by the Alogian battles, revolted and called themselves the Tartilians. Not satisfied with just destroying the Alogians, the Tartilians have set their sights on Earth. In 2072, is everyone following? Are you with me now? I know the lore is deep. The first Tartilian interplanetary bomb was detonated above the Earth's surface. Fortunately, the Earth has spent the last 16 years preparing for the counterattack, and our first squadron of Earth's attack force is now approaching Epsilon Cygnus 4, or EP-CYG-4. And that is all that. There's how we can load the game from disk. We pick the game options we want. There are 3 levels of difficulty. A is the hardest, C is the easiest. And then when the number of players is displayed, you can play by yourself or with another player. For the 2-player game, both Atari VCS joysticks are used, and one person controls the gun, one person controls the ship. Very, very interesting. It explains how to control the Gravitron Drive attack ship if you play the 2-player game. This is really, really cool controls. If you're playing a 2-player game, you actually activate the shields as the second player, or is the pilot. Okay, yeah, the pilot activates the shields. The second player is going to be moving the crosshair and the gun. Once we get into this game, I really love the idea of this because it's so fresh. Yeah, it explains here the one-player game, what shields are like, and all the different sectors, because you're going to be going from place to place, blowing up as many of the turrets as you can on Epsilon Cygnus 4. Yes, Marshall, it's so lore-y. And notice that the manual has no pictures, no art. It's just all text. There's the example of the scores. And the ranking system is awesome. From lowest to highest, if you're the lowest ranking, you're a malfeasor, all the way up to a transcender. They're very original here, with additional facts about what to do with the start button, option button that are all on your Atari home computer. All right, has everyone got it? So this one was available first. You can see all the different versions we have. We're going to play on cart. I'll go ahead and pop in that because it loads the fastest, but it is on disc and tape. The Romox version. Let's go. This is Mike Edwards. It's November 15th, 1982. There we go. Every now and then, the Atari home computer, the games look a little dimmer. They're not bright and beautiful. All right, so what we want to do first is, can we push things? Press start to begin, or, oh, interesting. So there it is. I can switch my difficulty up. You can see this is 1 or 2 player mode, and then I can switch out A, B, or C mode. So A is the most difficult, and C is the easy mode. So we'll start on that to give you an idea of what's going to happen. And let's go in. Seems like there's a delay when I move around. Okay, so the first experience you see with this game is we're on an alien planet right now, and I'm flying a UFO. I'm controlling the UFO. There's a little bit of inertia too, so as I move around with the joystick, it feels like it's floating a little bit compared to the others on the screen. Only whenever I go left and right though. Now I'm going to go up and down. And then I got a cursor. Whenever I hit the fire button, it shoots off this little tiny blip and then explodes where the crosshair is. Here's where this gets interesting. If you hold the button down, it moves freely the crosshair all around. So if I want to like destroy this tiny little turret down here, I love how tiny everything is. It feels like the game's to scale. And I can go all the way over here and fire and destroy that one up. So this right here is a video game. I love these kinds of games because you can't really pin down or define what game this is. This is a combination of a shooter and a command shooter, like a missile command style game. But this is one of the first times that we're able to move freely where the missile's coming from and control the crosshair that's allowing you to shoot. So I'm playing the single player version, so you can see how I can move a little bit and then the crosshair stays there. So if I want to like do a ground assault, I can just bring the crosshair here and then move my ship and just see. But if I let go, then the ship continues to move. So very, very unique. We've never seen anything like this specifically. All right, now the other thing that makes this interesting is watch. We go from this screen, and here's the next screen. Yes, and now we're on this screen, so it flipped to another screen. So this is essentially a shooter that is a flip screen shooter. Very, very rare. What in the world? So we got a turret down at the bottom, and if I continue to the left side, look, it just wraps. It makes you think that this is all there is, this one screen, but it's because it's waiting for us to destroy the alien forces on the ground. Yeah, that's right. It does remind me a little bit of Laser Blast by Activision on the Atari 2600. All right, so as soon as I destroy this turret, though, that's firing at me, look, it then continues to the next screen. So it's like every screen is its own thing, unless there's no enemies. You can see that one was not. And now I'm on this one. So now I have to destroy, I believe, can I keep going? I can't keep going. Okay. It only wraps whenever you have turrets that you have to destroy. So you can see it stops us here. And now let's go ahead and take them out. I can keep my ship in one spot. You can also do something a little interesting. Oh, you see I'm getting hit there. You can, like, prevent yourself from being attacked. So if I want to, like, stay here. Oh, they're able to shoot through the walls anyway. Never mind. It looks like I couldn't do it. So I can actually stay right here, blow this up, and because he can't shoot me, I can then destroy the turret. So really, really cool idea for a video game, at least control-wise, and extremely unique. This is essentially a command shooter, made popular by games like Missile Command. This is the 43rd game we've played that's a command shooter, you know, moving a crosshair around and firing. Oh, we got something coming at us. So we're getting closer to other areas. We can see there's cities, and you get points for just wreaking havoc. And to my knowledge, there's no time constraint. There's no fuel or anything like that. I can just take my time and destroy the whole world if I want to, and just rack up the points, building by building. That is awesome. So destructible terrain. Oh, here comes another one trying to stop us. We got him. And every time that I keep my... if I stop firing, you can notice that my ship changes colors, because when I'm not firing, I have my shields up. As soon as I fire, then I'm vulnerable. If you play a two-player game, one person can move the crosshair around and fire while you're controlling the ship and controlling the shield, which is a really cool idea for a two-player experience and a cooperative way to play. Alright, let's go ahead and rack up a little bit more points there. And we have any turrets here? I don't think so. So we can just rain death on the alien planet, which I believe are made up of robots, so it's okay. It's okay if we destroy the robots. Uh-oh. Nope, doesn't look good there. And notice it's continuing to wrap the screen around. It even wraps my shot from where it was before. I can keep the ship moving in a slow movement while I fire, and then as soon as I let go of the fire button, then I can control the movement of the ship. There we go, nice. Man, it's so cool, though. I love how it plays. So, yeah, the only games that come even close to this, we mentioned Laser Blast, but there's also Atlantis on the in television. It allowed you to have a craft that you move around freely while also playing as a more of a missile command game. And then there was Orbitron that was in the arcade. Orbitron had a ship that was on the bottom that you could move around. So it's like the idea of missile command, but rather than a base that's solitary, you have a moving base. It's so cool. Yeah, I like the cinematic effect of the wipe. It's not a true immediate flip screen. So every time you move from one area to the other, that's the other thing that's weird, is it doesn't scroll. Most of the time we see shooters like this, you expect horizontal scrolling, but it doesn't do that. It's flip screen scrolling. This is the third game we've ever seen that does this. There's another game we played called Rainbow Zone on the Apple II that did that. It was a shooter that was a flip screen shooter, and then Ground Attack on the Commodore VIC-20. But Ground Attack is trash. Rainbow Zone was okay, but most of the time, I think people figured out we can't do shooters and flip the screen like this. We have to scroll to keep people interested. All right, so it's now going to let me go to the side. Also, I need to make sure I watch my height and everything. So I can just chill here, see if some other UFOs show up, blow them up. So you could say it's a negative. Everything's so small and tiny, but it actually feels awesome. It makes you feel like you're actually invading another alien planet. You can see small civilizations down there, blinking lights. Great atmosphere. Oh, by the way, don't go to the top. If you go to the top, then you get destroyed by that... uh-oh. Oh, I dropped my shield, and we're down. And I think we're back. Yeah, we're back at the beginning. Let's see how far we can fly to the other side. Which means we have to go all the way in the planet, flip to each one. It even saved everything we've blown up at this point. I wonder if it shows the city. Yep, everything's... It did. And it's kept everything that we have destroyed from the past. There's a couple other games on the Atari home computer that have done this, trying to do cities at a small scale. All right, let's see if we can do this again. Can we blow the bridge up? We can. That is awesome. All right, we'll take care of that guy and then move to the next one. And whether you get shields or not, if you hit that top ray way up there, you're dead. Just rain all down. Oh, we got to take care of this one. Oh! Notice with my shield, when it hits our shield, we just get stunned momentarily, but we don't get totally out of commission. Awesome. Too fun. So the two-player cooperative play, like being able to play with two people, controlling one ship at the same time is awesome. There's another game we played called Survivor by Synapse Software that's going to be coming out that Mike Edwards did, and that's going to be sometime in November 1982, so we will see that. That was a funny little emulation glitch right there. All right, now it looks like we're crossing water. Any turrets here? No, I don't think so. Oh, there we go. We got some UFOs to take out. Make sure our shields are up. Oh, darn, they got us. So, really, really fun to play, unique game. It's a winner. I want to keep going and play even longer. I enjoy this control scheme because it's something fresh. we always, since we're playing everything on that's under the sun, yeah, and it's not a super intense play. Good point, Brian, because there's no time constraint. I'm not rushed. I can hang out here, and there's going to be some UFOs that come, but it's not like a super crazy shoot 'em up, you know, flying and scrolling. This feels more like it's a systemized attack on an alien planet. Yes, does that make us the villain? But we are destroying an alien robot race that nuked the United States, so I still say we're the good guys instead of a bad guy. Yeah, the cursor control scheme and the ability that it has. Oh, get the UFO. Yeah, I could keep going on and on. It's a great game. Now the question is, of all the games you could play across all computers right now, is it original enough or fun enough to rank up there with all the other titles? So I would say at this point, this is very impressive. This is a very terribly named game, but the developer, Mike, did I say Mark or Mike? I meant Mike Edwards. He's going to go on to do some really, really fun and original games, and this one's just the beginning. So I was pleasantly surprised by this one. This is a very, very well thought out and fun game. Looking over in the chat, I see a couple 4s, a 3.5 that's out there. Oh, I know the backtrack, if you get blown up, but that's why it'd be really fun to play with a friend, and that's what makes this also, the multiplayer control is also good. Yeah, we do need to change the name for it. But I'd still say, of all the games on all home computers, this is 4 stars. It's an excellent, excellent video game. Yeah. Oh, 4 to 4.5 from Marshall. Very fun. Check it out if you haven't heard of it before. All right, after that, let's see what our next game is. We're next going to go to the United Kingdom and play on the Dragon 32. And just wait, by next year, it'll be the Dragon 64. Got to up that memory. Now, Chateau has a very interesting past of where it came from us. This was originally a type-in game from your computer, January 1982, and it was made for the Sharp MZ80. That's where it first came out. And look at the front of this magazine. There's Chris Searles. He's the host of the Computer Program, which was the information technology year that they were pushing in the United Kingdom. And he's made the cover of your computer. But in this magazine, if you flip to the right page, we'll find Mystery at the House of Treasure. This is a type-in game by Chris Davison. And this is the game we're playing because after this type-in game, it was ported to the Sharp MZ700 by Mark D.L. Alston. After that, then we got the version that we saw on, that we're going to see on the Dragon 32, which is this version, which brings us to today, November 1982. This is Chateau. This is the exact same game, to my knowledge. I mean, when they did the ports, I'm sure there was a few tweaks and changes. Maybe they got some of the bugs out. But this is by Jim Software. This is the 7th game we've seen by Jim Software. They've done games like Monster Mine and Super Space Mission. And this one is actually interesting. Most of the Dragon 32 boxes, I would say, are awesome and collectible items. This one, maybe not so much. It's pretty quaint. It looks like we're supposed to play a horror game. I'm going to title it as a thriller, though, and you'll see why when we get into the game. And we flip it over on the back, and you'll see that it's a cassette tape? What? That's right, because video games were played on cassette tapes right now. And then we also have, besides the box, the original and the cassette itself by Jim Software. This one is only available for the Dragon 32 unless you typed in the original version. This is our 37th game we've played on the Welsh Micro. And that's about it. Let's pop in and play Chateau. This is done by Pete Allen. It's November 15th, 1982. This is the very first game that Pete Allen has ever done. We got to load the cassette tape, and we are not waiting. I will be fast-forwarding to save you a minute and a half of your life. You're welcome. You didn't have that luxury in 1982. You were in an old chateau when the old count who lived there died. He hid all his worldly goods in the house. He also hid a hoard of treasure valued at $2 million. Wait a second, dollars? They left the dollar sign in, even though, wouldn't it be pounds if we're in the United Kingdom? To find this treasure, you must find various clues and, more importantly, the place to put them. Be warned, he also left traps for the unwary, so go carefully. Also, things may not always be as they seem. Go carefully and good luck. Yeah, we always go carefully in adventure games. All right, so this one is a unique game because it's doing something a little different than just a straight-up text adventure game. We are going to see nothing but text, by the way. To assist with your choice, your current position in the chateau will be displayed in the top right corner of the screen, right there in the top right. The first value is the floor you're on. 0 if you're in the cellar. The second is your X coordinate, and the third is your Y coordinate. So they're telling us what the area is like. So here's how the game is displayed. It tells us north is a door, west is a door, and your side is a hall. So we're meant to just find treasures, kind of like the original adventure. Find a treasure and then bring it back to get as many points as you can. But this one plays differently. There's not a text parser. All we're doing is it's menu driven. They give us a menu, we type in from the menu right there. Oh, no way. I thought it was. If it's not, my mistake. All right, so here we go. This is the options. We can move, we can explore, we can open, we can get a status, and we can get the plan. So let's check our status. Our current status is we have 100 strength, we've killed no monsters, we have a treasure, key, lamp, clues, all these things. This game means we are not just playing a text adventure game, we have some RPG elements alongside with it, which is kind of cool. If we hit the P for plan, then it tells us what we're exploring. The chateau is a randomly generated room of rooms, 6x6 grid for the whole chateau. And I think, or at least for this floor. And then as we move around, you can see we have north, south, east, and west directions. Wait, can we move right now? I don't think so, right? Yeah, we can't. It just goes back to this side. All right, so now if we want to, let's explore this room. Is there anything in here? Waste of time. It's empty. Okay, so there's nothing in this room whatsoever. Okay, so let's go ahead and move to the north. And you see I hit M to move and then N for north. So I actually think this is pretty refreshing to play a text adventure game where we don't have to guess and know what to type. It's all here. You just push the key and then keep moving on after that. All right, so north is a hall, east is a door, south is a hall. By your side is another hall. Can we explore here? What do we got in this room? Well done, idiot. You just disturbed all the horrible little bugs. Oh, darn. So we got a random bad luck of the draw, so don't explore that side. All right, so let's go ahead and move north. Okay, and let's keep going. By the side is another hall. Let's go ahead and move north again. We have a staircase. South is a hall. Okay, let's explore this area. I don't think there's any doors to open. No, waste of time. It's empty. So in a way, this is reminiscent of another game we played called the Black Sage. We move from room to room. Random events will happen. Black Sage, though, had a lot more comedy, and it also had more elements involved than just reading a few things on the screen. Yeah, don't you love the video games that abuse you? Yeah, right. All right, let's go ahead and move north again. We'll just keep going on the side. All right, so we have that side. If we look at the plan, you can see we're probably near the top now. It draws the whole thing in. Yeah, there it is. And it shows our path. So it is mapping out where we've been to, which is really nice. It's like an auto map, if you will. All right, so here we go. Let's go move. Oh, hit the wrong button. Move north again. South is a hall, side. So we haven't found anything to get us to the other floor. This is empty too. All right, so if you look at the top right, you can see we're right at the top. So let's go ahead and move east now. West is a hall. By your side is a door. Can we open it? The door is locked. You'll need a key. So we don't have a key yet. We'll have to find one at some point on this floor. Maybe that's the door to the next floor. All right, so let's keep going. East. Door is locked. You'll need a key. Oh, so we can't continue to go east because the door is there. So if we take a look at the plan or the map. Oh, wait. You've just been confronted by a troll. What do you wish to do? We can retreat, fight, gamble, or advice. Wait, advice? What's advice do? If you want to retreat, yeah. Oh, okay. It tells us how to play the game. You have a 2-in-1 chance if you run away. And then, okay, so it's just telling us what we can do. All right, I don't think we could fight this guy. Let's try gambling with it. Can we gamble with a troll? 17 hit points are at stake. Choose a number between 1 and 3. 3. Haha, you lose. Yes, it's taunting us. All right, let's go ahead and move back west then. So we can't go through the door. Yeah, where's all the treasure? I thought we were exploring treasures around here. The premise of this game, having a text adventure with some of the RPG elements, is familiar with some of the other games we've seen up to this point, like Morton's Fork on the Apple II, or the Black Dwarf's Lair on the ZX Spectrum, or Keys of the Wizard that we played on the TRS-80 color computer, or Escape from the Dungeon of the Gods. But this one is doing it a little different with the menu-driven controls, and also the auto map that we have. So it is new as far as like a fresh idea. It's not exactly the same as what we've seen, and so we like that. We like something new and different. Yeah, right? I like that too. You're right, Punk Rock. All right, so let's go move to the west again. I think this should put us right in the corner. West is a chair. South is a cupboard, and by your side is a door. What do we got here? If we explore. Congratulations, you found a trap. Ah, 34 of your strength was used up. Tread more carefully next time. It seems like exploring is not so much of a fun thing to do. It's just going to end up in pain and heartache. All right, so let's go move to... Let's check out the map as it draws us in. All right, okay, you can see our path. We went all the way to the top, and then we got one more square to the west. So I like how it shows where we've gone. There's a lot of really good quality of life things that this game has that other text adventures should have. All right, so let's keep going west. We'll go right to the corner and then head back down south. East is a door, south is a clock, and okay, let's explore here and see what we got. Haha, one lamp is yours for the taking. Do you want to take it? Yeah, the lamp is yours. I just pushed Y and it worked. Now what does the lamp do? I don't know. Let's see if we do status, it'll tell us. Or it'll show the lamp at least, right? There we go. It shows the coordinates. We only have 49 strength, so we've done nothing to increase our strength. But it's like dice rolls. You know, we may get something lucky and then have more strength that we'll find. All right, so let's go ahead and move south from here. And east is a cupboard. By your side's a clock. And can we open the clock? Creak, the door's stiff. Oh, it weakens us? We lose strength for opening the door? That stinks. Yeah, it does sound like one. We've seen programmers that have been 14 or 15 years old, at least in my research. So it wouldn't surprise me if this was done originally, the type-in that we saw by someone who was that young. All right, so let's go ahead and explore this room. We found lots of gold. Yes, we do. We want 296 pieces of gold. There's supposed to be 2 million hiding around here. Oh, we've been confronted by a troll. Let's try running this time and see what happens. We escaped. Yes. I have no indication if the troll is following us around. I know this is a turn-based system, but I don't think there's any real-time elements here. We have seen that too. Wow. All right, east is the cupboard, side is a clock. Let's just keep going south. We'll follow this path down. Oh, confronted by a zombie. Zombie, let's try fighting it and see what happens. The zombie has 6 hit points. What's your punch factor? Let's make it 9. Your punch leaves the zombie only 30 strength units. You win and gain 33 points. You have 63. Sweet, we did it. So this means when you do a fight, you have a chance to win and gain strength points back if you get a good luck of the draw. Yeah, right? I want to know. Well, the advice one mainly just told us what to do. Like, you know, like whenever you're about to fight someone, if we don't know what these mean, advice tells us what it means. We don't get advice from the troll. The troll would be like, oh, there's treasure over there. Thanks, troll, for the advice. We appreciate it. All right, there's the taste of Chateau. I could keep playing with that. That's actually a very fun time. I love what they've done with the game, adding things like the auto map, adding the menu-driven system so you don't know what you're typing. It's very straightforward. I want to have a game that's even more complex than this. Play this way. I already said it reminds me of the Black Sage, so it's very well done. I wouldn't say it has enough to push itself, you know, in the realm of an extremely excellent game, but it's definitely above average. So if you want to give me your heads up right now, Chateau is. I understand now why someone typed it in and they decided to publish this because it's good. Yeah, right? It originally was a type-in. This was one, the one we're playing on the Dragon 32 is an official release. But I'll go even nicer. I see some 3 stars, mostly averages. I'll say it's above average. For an adventure title, it's pretty cool, fresh. 3.5 stars, and also it added the other RPG elements as well. All right, after that, let's see what's next.
Something is happening out there.
Next is the latest issue of Computer Gaming World. Let's see what's happening.
Affordable small
This is November-December 1982 issue of Computer Gaming World, Volume 2, Number 6. And the front of this magazine, CGW gave us the 5 1/4 floppy disk in the top right, but look at that. It's Pac-Man munching down on a cake. I wonder if this for anniversary of Computer Gaming World. Well done. All right, let's flip it open. And the first ad that we get is by SSI, Strategic Simulations Incorporated, because this is primarily a wargaming magazine. We are going to see other computer games too, but they really love their war games here. And this one we've already seen. This is an insane premise. It is a strategy game where the Russians invade Germany in 1985, you know, like some weird future, you know, because it's 1982 right now. It's the craziest idea. It never would have happened. Not even the least amount. But you can see this is the same ad we've seen, and we have played this game briefly because, you know, the strategy games we don't really get to showcase too much. Maybe it was because of Pac-Man's birthday. I'm not too sure. So here's the table of contents, but that's actually where we're going to leave this today. This magazine is what we'll be doing next time on Chronologically Gaming and seeing what's happening in the world of the computer gaming world. And that's where we got to put our video game playing on pause. Thanks so much, everyone, for joining me for the live show. We're having so much fun playing video games all over the world. I loved how in the chat, was everyone discussing something about Wales? Is that what I heard of where Wales actually is? That's hilarious, because we are playing everything as much as we can. Even some people ask me, what if you do? What do you do if the same game is released at the same time in a different part of the world? Well, we just put them together and decide which one goes first. And as we get to the end of November 1982, we end up dating all the video games as November 30th, and that's just our way of saying that this game was released at some time in November 1982. So we'll get that too. Yeah, you bet, Manly. All right, so we'll catch you next time on Chronologically Gaming as we read Computer Gaming World Volume 2, Number 6, November-December 1982. That's it for today, and like I always say, if your type in game is good enough, you are guaranteed to see it on this show. Hey everybody, thanks for checking out the channel and joining me on my quest to play every single video game in order of release. We'll be streaming live every weekday at 9 p.m. Central, so join us and let us know if we missed any games along the way. This video would not be possible without Launchbox, RetroArch, and MAME. Tell all your friends there's some crazy guy named Chronologically Gaming trying to play every single video game. We have links down below that'll send you to places like our Discord and Patreon, and one that says all the video games we've ever played. If you go there, it's a list of everything, and you can click right to the game you want to see. Chronologically Gaming is the name to look for. We are perpetually retro, and we will catch you next time.